Tomorrow to discuss bus transportation for Columbia Public Schools. ABC 17's Nia Henson looked into what will be discussed at that meeting tomorrow. Columbia Public Schools is looking to increase bus workers' wages by 8% for the upcoming school year.
In December of 2019, the Columbia School Board approved an agreement with Student Transportation Services for school bus rides. Part of this agreement, which is set through June of this year, was 2 one-year renewal options with STA. School administration is now seeking approval for that first one-year renewal option by proposing a salary increase for bus drivers in hopes of recruiting more drivers. This would take starting wages from $18.50 to $21.50 an hour. It's no secret that the COVID-19 pandemic caused a shortage in workers all across the country in all fields of work, and transportation services is no exception to that. As of last month, the district is still looking for 25 workers to fill those buses to get your students to and from school safely. This 8% increase in total wages from the 2022 to 2023 school year would add up to about $965,000. The district says this cost will be covered by the transportation operating budget. The amendment also notes that there will be a wage increase for all full-time positions necessary to maintain equity for positions resulting from the driver and monitor wage increases.
If the school board agrees on the contract, it will go into effect starting on August 1st of this year and will end July 31st of 2024. That meeting will be held at the Aslan Administration Building on West Worley Street tomorrow night at 6:30. You'll have several chances to hear from candidates trying to represent you this week. The Jefferson City NAACP is hosting 2 virtual candidate forums, one tomorrow evening from 6 to 7 and then another on Tuesday. A school board bond issue and candidate forum will be held from 6 to 7 on Tuesday. You'll be able to catch both of those events on Facebook Live. The link can be found on the group's Facebook page. And in Columbia, Mid-Missouri PeaceWorks will be hosting a forum for Columbia City Council candidates on Wednesday. You can attend in person at the Boone County Government Center or on Zoom starting at 7 p.m. Salisbury boys basketball won the state championship following the death of one of their teammates. We first told you about London White's passing on Monday, the Salisbury football and basketball player. White's parents gave the team the go-ahead to play in the state championship in Springfield this weekend, and the team went on to win it all in his honor.
We were a family, and just sticking with each other, and like tonight, playing our game, never giving up on each other, just always staying with each other.
This was the first time Salisbury has won the state championship in 10 years. Now looking at weather, it's been a cool week that's going to continue. ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Chance Gotch is tracking some chances of rain. What should we expect this week?
Yeah, so definitely going to want to start out the week with a jacket, and then after that, we head off midweek. Got to switch that jacket to a rainproof jacket because we're going to be tracking more chances of showers cooling back into the region. Now tonight, going to be looking a little bit on the cooler side, taking a look down in Sedalia, 33 degrees currently. Winds back out of the northwest, which is going to add to this cooling trend that we're going to be seeing throughout the overnight hours. Now back in Columbia, sitting at the same temperature, looking at 33 degrees just off to the south and east. Jefferson City, 35. And some areas just now starting to back into the upper 20s. That's going to be including Macon right now, 29 degrees. All of us eventually going to make our way back towards the mid to upper 20s for the overnight low. And the main reasoning for this is going to be those winds back out of the northwest, bringing that cooler air from Canada back towards mid-Missouri. With that being said, though, we could see some gusts up to 25 miles per hour tonight. So if you're going to be taking the dog out to the bathroom or even waking up early tomorrow morning, it's going to definitely be a cooler breeze. Not a bad idea to have some hot hands on hand. Now, waking up tomorrow morning, going to be starting out our temperatures back into the mid to lower 20s across much of central Missouri. It will start to warm up, but not before we've reached back down to 26 degrees in Columbia. Jefferson City, 28 degrees, and off to the north and west, Macon and Brunswick, 24 degrees. So going to be a colder start to the week, only going to reach a high of 40 degrees as we head off into Monday afternoon. High pressure, though, going to be a plus for mid-Missouri as we're going to be tracking a drier start to the week. Eventually by Tuesday, actually going to help clear a lot of that cloud cover back out, allowing our temperatures to reach back into the upper 40s. Then into Wednesday, we're going to see a switch of the winds back out of the southwest. That's going to provide us with these warmer temperatures back towards that 60-degree mark. But eventually, Going to also see some showers dumping back into the area beginning early Thursday morning. That'll be lasting throughout the duration of the day all the way off until Friday morning. But temperatures, once again, going to be cooling back down for much of mid-Missouri. But thankfully, we are looking a little bit more dry heading off into next Saturday and Sunday.
No one was injured in a fire at the Margaritaville Resort early this morning. Osage Beach Fire Protection District was dispatched to Margaritaville Resort on the Lake of the Ozarks shortly after midnight. Crews found smoke in the stairwell coming from an air conditioning unit. Security was using fire extinguishers and guests were being evacuated, according to firefighters. The fire stayed contained to one area of the building, but there is smoke damage throughout the building. The Miller County Sheriff's Department is searching for an arson suspect. Jason Extam is wanted in connection to an arson investigation that happened Friday in Tuscumbia. Deputies say he made homicidal and suicidal threats and should be considered armed and dangerous. If you know the whereabouts of him, contact the Miller County Sheriff's Office.
Just ahead on ABC 17 News, where the news comes first.
One of the men accused of hazing an MU student is expected in court tomorrow. Hear from a lawyer working to pass an anti-hazing bill because of this incident. And the Missouri legislature is halfway through its regular session, how much they've accomplished and what they're still stuck on after this break.
When it's a big story,
we are all over it.
Prosecutors charged a bus driver accused of hitting several mailboxes with students on board.
Ethan Hines spoke with a MoDOT engineer about the idea of adding a third lane to I-70.
Get Jack's Pizza for just $1.99. Monday only at Hy-Vee. That's right. Your daily deal for Monday is Jack's Pizza for just $1.99. While supplies last. Only at Hy-Vee.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All amped up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you. Now, get a Ford F-150 with 0% financing for 48 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash, only at your quality Ford dealers.
Get Jack's Pizza for just $1.99. Monday only at Hy-Vee. That's right. Your daily deal for Monday is Jack's Pizza for just $1.99. While supplies last. Only at Hy-Vee.
Download the ABC 17 News app for breaking news alerts and live video with updates on the scene. Just turn on notifications in your phone settings so you never miss breaking news alerts. ABC 17 News. Get the app. Get the alert.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers and the doers, thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup.
It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups and get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high-output engine. Visit your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers.
You don't have to be lucky to save some green during the Downtown Appliance Best for Less sale going on now through St. Pat's Day weekend. Shop the store with the best brands you've trusted for years. The store with the most experienced staff who knows how to listen to your needs. The store that's locally owned and operated, serving mid-Missouri for generations. And the store with the best prices, including 0% financing for qualified buyers. Get some green in your pocket during the Best for Less sale at Downtown Appliance Home Center, going on now.
ABC 17 Storm Track weather can be heard on Zimmer radio stations like 93.9 The Eagle.
Several big lawsuits that we've been following for years will once again come up in local courts tomorrow. Tory Upchurch of Jefferson City pled guilty to killing 2 people on Thanksgiving in 2019. Tomorrow he will learn how much time he will spend behind bars. Tory Upchurch pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder in January for murdering 17-year-old Earl Key and 33-year-old Shantae Hill Cook. Cole County Prosecutor Locke Thompson tells us he plans to recommend 2 consecutive life sentences for Upchurch. A Columbia man who pled guilty to a deadly DWI crash will be sentenced tomorrow. Duncan McCracking admitted to crashing into MU student Ashley Footer near the intersection of Providence and Route K. The crash happened in October of 2021. Footer died from her injuries 3 days after the crash. The man charged with 28 counts of child endangerment in Cole County is expected to have a bond hearing tomorrow. According to the Cole County prosecutor, Robert Hearn was arraigned Friday. He was arrested Thursday and is currently being held without bond in Cole County. He is accused of hitting several mailboxes while driving a school bus with 28 students on board. The bench trial for a 2014 triple murder is scheduled to begin tomorrow. Sean Kavanaugh is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and other charges for a 2014 Valentine's Day stabbing near Jonesburg. He's accused of killing an 8-year-old boy, the boy's mother, and the mother's coworker. One of the men charged with felony hazing in the Danny Santulli case is expected to appear in court tomorrow. Missouri lawmakers are now looking for a way to help prevent incidents like this in the future. ABC 17's Isabella Roberts has more about a House bill named Danny's Law.
And I said, ask any parent who has lost a son to fraternity hazing, and they will all tell you that they would much rather have their son alive than to be able to prosecute the person who was responsible for his death.
Tomorrow, Thomas Schultz is scheduled to appear in court for his involvement in the Danny Santulli hazing incident that occurred in October of 2021. This comes as Danny's Law was filed in the Missouri House of Representatives. Danny's Law is sponsored by Representative Travis Smith. It modifies the current offense of hazing to prevent someone from being found guilty if someone needs medical attention because of a hazing incident and you're the first person to call 911 and you help first responders, then you would not be charged with felony hazing. The bill also specifies any person who administers medical aid to the victim is also immune from prosecution. I spoke with David Bianchi, who represents the Santulli family, about Danny's Law, which is similar to legislation he wrote and helped pass in Florida after the death of a Florida State University student. Bianchi says that Danny's Law is not only a good idea, but one that will save lives.
The whole purpose of these changes to the hazing law is to incentivize fraternity members to call 911 when somebody is in big trouble as a result of hazing.
The bill has been read twice during the legislative session, and as of right now, there is no additional hearing scheduled. There are 11 men being charged with felonies as a result of a hazing incident that left freshman pledge Danny Santulli unable to walk, see, or speak. Reporting in Columbia, Isabella Roberts, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Isabella. And tomorrow morning at 10:30, Thomas Schultz is scheduled to appear virtually for felony counts of hazing and tampering with physical evidence.